Welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining us on another great episode of Travels. I'm Neil, this is Naomi, and we spent 4 weeks exploring the magnificent country that is New Zealand. Hello again, welcome back. You join me just looking over Auckland. We're about to leave, take the next step on our New Zealand journey, but I thought I'd just come up here and say goodbye to Auckland just before we go. Right, let's head back. We're going to join Naomi. Got something else to show you as well. Back down from the view.
Did you enjoy it?
Found a wife.
Hello.
I did this one, not a new one. But we've also now, we've got one of these.
Hello, Brum Brum.
So our New Zealand road trip starts here.
So just before we leave Auckland, sorry my voice is very squeaky today, sorry. Just before we leave Auckland, one of the things that I like to do when I'm at home is I make use of the local book exchanges. We've got lots of old telephone boxes where people drop off books that they finished reading, and then you can swap them for something else that takes your fancy. And they do it here in New Zealand too. Now, we're on a long flight. I have finished a book. It's very good. Have you read this? You should read it. So I thought I'd drop a book off. They don't do it in telephone boxes here in New Zealand. They do it in fridges. Isn't this great? So let's drop off my book and see if I can find something. So I'm going to try this one. Tell me in the comments if you've read it. Will I get on with it? But now it's time to make a move. Thank you, Auckland. We're off to the next step.
So we've driven about just over 2 hours south out of Auckland, and we find ourselves at the Waitomo Glowworm Caves.
Really looking forward to this.
Yes.
It's going to be really interesting.
Now, unfortunately for you, we're not allowed to film inside, but we'll tell you all about it when we come back.
Yeah, we'll try and do some describing. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's just birdsong. Listen to the birds. We've made it to the Waitomo observation point, and it is quite a thing to observe, huh?
So the caves were pretty spectacular. They take you through a good few little passages and up and down steps through limestone caves with stalactites and stalagmites. Really interesting. And then when you get to the bottom, it's full of glowworms, and definitely worth a visit. It's almost too difficult to describe. We've got about another couple of hours drive to head to our hotel. We're now staying in Taupo for the next few days, and on the way we're going to try and decide what nickname to give the car. When we're travelling and we hire a car, it always gets a name, and we're not quite sure what to call this one yet. Apparently all my suggestions so far have not been appropriate. But,
They've been a little rude.
if you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments. Made it to our hotel, we've checked in, we've booked in for dinner, and now we're just sitting enjoying the view.
Cheers everybody.
Cheers.
Continue.
Yeah, we'll catch you in the morning.
Good morning everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have woken in the lovely Taupo, had our breakfast. It's a bit grey and overcast this morning, but it's supposed to cheer up a little bit, isn't it?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oops, sorry, bouncy. And we have jumped in the car and we are off to somewhere very exciting. So we are off to, now I'm going to apologise for my pronunciation right now. We are off to Whakarewarewa Bouncy Bounce, which is a Maori village, and it's a place where it's sort of a cultural place where they share their history and life and all sorts of things. I mean, it's really exciting. It's one of those places I've been wanting to go to for decades, so I'm quite excited about today.
Hello Rotorua. Rather than us having to try and say the name of this village again, let me hand you over to the lovely Siobhan, one of the locals who says it beautifully.
So, no mai hara mai and welcome to New Zealand, welcome to our village. Te Whakarewarewa tanga o te ope taua a Wahiao. Translation, the uprising war party of Wahiao. Wahiao is our chief of the village. And so to shorten it down, it's Whakarewarewa, or to even more down, it's Waka. So kia ora, I'm Siobhan Petera and welcome. And our warriors are on the hill, and those are in the Haka, and they're like
Oh, look at this.
God.
Look at the steam. Wow. It's a strange sort of milky colour.
It almost looks sulphury, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That makes any
It doesn't
sense.
smell.
No.
Well, there's a something, but it's not a nasty sulphurous kind of smell. It's just a warm bath smell, isn't it?
Just down the far end, just a little space if you don't mind. Grab a seat down the far end.
Thank you. We haven't got people in the way. Hello.
Folks, my name is Tere here. I will be your host for the cultural performance. On behalf of all of our families that live in the village, we'd like to thank you all for coming along and sharing your morning here with us.
After that wonderful show, it was over to our Maori guide Michael, who is going to give us a guided tour of the village.
Harangi is the way in which we cook our food. The food itself is called kai. All we have here is just a natural hole in the ground. You can see the rocks are filling the hole. It's either a natural hole or a natural crack in the ground with the steam coming through. We box it, contain the steam and cook in it. The steam cooks the food, it won't burn it because it's steam cooked. the sulfur content of the steam brings out the natural flavours, the natural juices of the food. So it doesn't taint the food, nor does it leave a bad taste in your mouth. So what you smell in the village this afternoon, or since you've been in the city, you don't taste that smell in your food, surprisingly enough. Now most of the village either work in the city during the week, or up in the bush behind the village, deep in the bush. That's where I come from. So we have a sawmill, and we have bush gangs operating up there. What they'll do before going to work in the morning, they'll place their evening meal in the box, cover it, go to work, spend all that work, come back in the evening, pull it out, spread onto the table, no cooking, no waiting, Bob's your Uncle Charlie. Cooking time between 2 and 2.5 hours. Cook all of your red meat, your white meat, chicken and fish, and your solid vegetables like potato, kumara, the New Zealand Māori sweet potato, pumpkin, carrots, all of your green leafy vegetables we cook in the hot spring up above.
Thank you.
However, back in the day, our women would weave full staff. We put all the vegetables.
Oh, it's very sweet.
Oh, amazing.
It's really lovely. And I don't really like sweet corn.
No, you don't.
Try some.
Yummy. Oh! Just spatter a bit. Gosh, that is sweet. Isn't that lovely?
3 to 4 minutes. 5 to 6 minutes longer.
Yummy.
And then what we'll do is our maintenance crew will come down and start releasing these other channels at a different time this afternoon. So when we come down to bathe just after 5 o'clock this evening, each pool will be a different temperature. So you choose the temperature that suits you best. So at one end we cook in the water, this end we bathe in it. Same water, no waste.
An unusual smell. It doesn't smell horrible, and it's not massively sulphurous. Bubble, bubble. Ooh!
See the words in white on the sign this time. Tupuna Whare. Tupuna ancestor Whare house, ancestral meeting house. This one was carved in the name of Wahiao, and if you remember, he was the warrior chief that I talked about at the beginning of the tour. Now we use it for tangihara or funeral, hui or meeting, wānanga or seminar, whakangaho entertainment, weddings, birthday, family reunion. So what it does is it brings the people together, helps to keep them together as one big happy family. Mostly, not always, with the ups and downs just like everybody else. This little building here, folks, is what we call Whakarewarewa. It's Whakarewarewa means language nest of the Maori language. So it's like a little preschool, a kindergarten, a daycare centre. Well, folks, I'd like to thank you very much for being with me this afternoon. It's people like you that chose to come to the village. You've handed over hard-earned cash. You come into the village, a very simple village on the southern side of a tourist city. We rely on people like you to keep our head above water, and by coming in today, that's what you're helping to do, and for that I'm personally very grateful, and I thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. Ngā whakanui te taonga kua whāriki tia nei hei koha mo te ao whānui e. Koia nei te pō ai tango ngā moe o rātou mā, kua mene atu ki te pō. Nō reira tēnā koutou, tēnā taru katoa kahuri. Tu mai te Maori. Haumi e. Hui e. Taiki e. Si.
Thank you. We're back on the road again. Had a fabulous time at the Maori Village, didn't we?
Very good.
Absolutely wonderful. Highly recommend it. The people were just delightful, so lovely, so welcoming, so keen to share their world and share their home.
What a fabulous day, but it was time for us to drive back to the hotel. If you've enjoyed coming along with us, then leave a comment, give us a thumbs up or share us with your friends. We'll leave you now with the spectacular geezers of Whakarewarewa Village, and we'll see you next time.